This video will show you what I did with Noah in the week that I worked with him. He spent about 6 weeks in a high kill shelter, which was probably very stressful. So I let him relax for the first few days. Then I began doing only targeting with him before I started on other exercises. He's pretty inquisitive and he likes to get his nose into different things. So starting with targeting was a simple matter. Crawling backwards and forwards was not my idea, that was Noah's idea, and pretty cute, I'd say. And here comes a paw target. And another one. He's very exuberant and he loves his treats. So leaving my hand alone was something we had to work on. But you can see that he's catching on. It's pretty tempting, but he's figuring out how to make it happen. Did I say he was exuberant? He leaps, but just before he leaps, his rear end is lowered, and I catch that. The rear end didn't go down before he leaped, but it went down after he leaped, and so I managed to catch it. More leaping, but I managed to catch a lowered rear end before he leaps. And here's a real sit. And here's a lowered rear end. 2 hind feet together. Now we're getting something closer to a sit more often. He's getting the idea of what the sit is. He's only had a few days practice on the down at this point, but he's catching on quite well. If I were to keep this dog for longer, I would forget about the down completely and work more on the sit, because he's got the down quite easily, even though I'm not naming it. The sit is a little harder for him. He's learning to leave my closed fist alone with the treats in it, so to make it really different looking, I present him with just my finger to nose touch. Then I'm going to just review a little bit of the Zen as well. Although he will stay in the crate quite quietly and calmly for as long as I wanted to do some extra work, having him practice getting in and out of the crate with no force at all. I spent about 3 days click treating him for putting his nose, his head, and his front paws inside the crate. He seemed to be quite worried and quite wary about putting his feet on the strange surface of the crate. Here I'm holding him quietly, facing him into the crate, and waiting for him to go into it on his own. Just as he hesitates to go into the crate, he also hesitates to come out of the crate. Now I click treat him when he lies down in the crate. A little more work on click treating him when he lies down in the crate. And now I'll do it with the door closed. This time his reward will be that I open the door. When he lies down, I'll click and I'll open the door. No clicker for practicing the recall. I place treats at my feet, then I place treats out a little further away, then treats at my feet and out a little further away. We'll build up his habit of coming close to me, going away and coming back to me again. You can practice this with 2 people, and you can start by sitting really close together. If you're by yourself, you can gradually throw the treats further away. Noah has now gone to his new home, and this was just an example of what I did with him for his first week of training.